Would you rather visit Mars or the Moon? In this episode, we are trying to do both without ever leaving Earth. We are exploring a place so extreme that NASA tests its Mars rovers here. Welcome to the two of the most unique deserts on the planet, the Atacama and Uyuni, world of volcanoes, salt lakes, and of course, llamas, flamingos, and the modern Incas. Let's start the adventure! Okay, this is a real change of environment. A few hours ago, I was at the coast of Patagonia with cold winds. Now, I am at high-altitude desert town called San Pedro de Atacama. This tiny oasis town sits at 2,500 meters in northern Chile. It was once an indigenous Atacameño trading hub, and today it's the adventure capital of the desert. Between the tiny adobe houses, you find only dirt roads, equally dominated by friendly street dogs and people. The vibe was a bit like Mos Eisley in Star Wars. But with lovely guest houses, great restaurants serving awesome ceviche, it's a perfect base to start exploring the surrounding Mars-like landscape. So I'm going down, close the Valley of the Deaths, to San Pedro de Atacama. I just arrived today, so I came for the sunset. I was a bit late, and the vibe is just unique. You feel that you are somewhere very, very different. And I'm curious at the sky at night. We rented a pickup with other travelers I met in town, the ideal car for a road trip. The first stop, the Moon Valley, Valle de la Luna. Now you can see why this place is special. Surreal colors, sculpture rock formations, and 6,000 meter snow-covered volcanoes on the horizon. The hikes here would normally be easy, but the altitude is no joke. You really feel your breath walking up the dunes. Still, the views more than make up for it. No clouds in the sight, which explains why the most famous observatories can be found here. But we will get back to the stars later. To get some energy, we stopped in a hidden local spot for lunch, a family-run eatery serving traditional Chilean dessert dishes made by a real desert nonna.
Lo chupa como una pastilla, como un caramelo. ¿Así? Sí, esto. Lo chupa. Y después ya cuando llegan al hueco lo botan. Así decimos. Sí. Entonces con este hacemos esto también. Y podemos preparar también en la misma.
This place is very cool and they have their own food produced here. We found it accidentally. Very, very nice. Hi there.
Oh, you got a beautiful smile. Shall we smile?
You know that, right?
Refueled, we headed down the shaking gravel roads towards the famous Lagunas Escondidas de Baltinache, the salt pools that look like pieces of the Caribbean dropped into the desert.
¿Ya? Pero solamente la primera es apto para baño. Ya las demás intermedias no, solamente mirar y sacar fotos. No está permitido drone, no.
Oh, is it?
That's wild.
Fully floating.
Like that.
Yes. The salt content here is about 8 times higher than the ocean, so you literally float like a cork. After drying off, your skin turns to salt. You feel like being marinated. On the way back, we even helped another driver with a flat tire. Proof that you really need a solid 4x4 out here. The next stop is Valle de Marte, the Valley of the Mars. Perfect place for sunset. The desert lightens up in orange, red, and purple. And what comes after sunset? Stargazing. I couldn't get into ALMA, the world-famous observatory, but I joined the local backyard setup. Telescopes, cameras, and the passionate astronomer teaching us how to shoot the night sky. At this altitude, with no light pollution, the Milky Way looks close enough to touch. It's amazing. And the next morning the real adventure begins. I'm joining a small group 4-day trip from northern Atacama all the way down to the Uyuni Salt Flats in Bolivia. It's a journey across 2 countries through geysers, lagoons and mountains. I'm confident this is the most beautiful border crossing in the world. If you know a better one, drop it into the comments. In 10 minutes drive from the border, you find fantastic viewpoints. Only 1 hour in the trip and it's already beyond my expectations. The landscape is so surreal that one part was even named after Dali. The first stop, Polques Hot Springs, a natural thermal bath surrounded by the Andes. The water stays around 30-35 degrees Celsius, perfect reward for the cold at 4,000 meters. And apparently we weren't the only one enjoying it. The nearby vicuñas, the wild cousins of llama, were watching us closely. The ground here is alive with geysers. This whole area is part of the highest geothermal regions in the world. Passing by unreal landscapes, we reached Laguna Colorada, the famous red lake filled with thousands of flamingos.
Over 3,000 flamingos live here, and the water is not very deep, like 40 centimeters or something like this, and the color is because of sea algae.
That's when I learned why they are pink. It's all about the diet. The more shrimp they eat, the pinker they become. Judging by the color here, these guys eat well. That night we stayed in a charming Bolivian village. Before going to sleep, I was thinking about all the exciting things that happened today, but that's not what kept me awake. It's very difficult to sleep at 4,000 meters altitude. Day 2 and we are back on the road. The first stop is a surreal rock formation.
In front of us is the World Cup, like a rock, and he said that Bolivia won the World Cup in the Stone Age. The rocks, some parts are soft or softer, some are harder. So with the wind and everything, it works like this, yeah. In winter, which is July, August, here the temperature can go down to -15, -20, and that's also what helps the erosion or from the rocks.
That we climbed to see the beautiful views and the salt lakes around us. Then we continued between llamas and quinoa fields. We also learned what is an Inca toilet. After lunch, we went to a place that was the Swiss Alps of Bolivia. Mountains, green patches, and llama farms instead of cows. And the llama fashion, definitely better than the cows one.
Sir, it's not allowed to walk on the grass. Step outside of the grass. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Didn't figure out what's the keyword to react to it. Earring.
I did this before.
Nice.
As we continued, we passed open valleys, more flamingo lakes, and finally the horizon started to flatten. That could only mean one thing: Uyuni was close. By late afternoon, we reached our accommodation near the edge of the Salar de Uyuni.
No le avisas tiempo. ¿Dónde está? ¿Qué le has hecho?
This tastes like AJ.
The next morning came painfully early, but for a good reason.
Welcome to Uyuni Sunrise.
this time of a year, a few millimeters of rain create a perfect layer of water across the flat. The difference in height is only a few centimeters through the entire salt flat, so it reflects the sky perfectly. The experience is better than a moonwalk. You feel like walking on water. How was it, guys? It's good.
Cold.
Great. Yes. In the middle of the salt flat, we visited Isla Incoashi, a rocky island covered with giant cacti, the only vegetation for miles.
The cactuses that grow there, they're giant. He says that they're like centuries old because they grow each year by 1 centimeter only.
Yes, they stung. But not that bad. This is pretty nuts. You always feel like you're above the clouds. Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
It's like stop over now.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, so my mom will be cooking us.
In short.
I don't blame her. I prefer you.
Short. Yeah, but I actually don't know what be, I guess.
Fun fact, the Dakar Rally once raced right here. Imagine driving through this alien landscape at full speed.
So the Dakar Rally was held here twice. Magyarok, itt nincs magyar zászló, aki jön, az hozzon.
To wrap up the trip, we stopped by Uyuni Train Cemetery, where dozens of rusted locomotives and metal relics sit abandoned in the desert, strangely photogenic. We stopped in the Uyuni town for a short visit and to change our driver. It was interesting to see some civilization after being lost for a few days in the nature. The ride back to Chile was quite eventful. Massive protests in Bolivia meant roadblocks everywhere, mostly by truck drivers. Our guide decided to go off-road, back trails and even squeezing between parked trucks, to the total shock of the protesters. What a legend.
Stuck.
Once we hit open roads again, we quickly arrived to the tiny village to sleep. And the next day, we passed again by the coolest border on earth.
Back to the Chilean-Bolivian border, the Cerro Toco, and here is the border control.
And the question for everyone who is watching, would you rather visit Mars or the Moon? If your answer is Mars, subscribe to our channel. If your answer is Moon, leave a comment or a like. This trip was one of the most unique experiences I ever had. I want to thank everyone who was part of it and being such an amazing trip fellows. And looking forward to share with you more crazy adventures like gorilla trekking in Uganda.